Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss bottled and bond whiskey as it continues to thrive. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Dirk Fence, Demetri Kane, and Andrea Holak.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
Hi.
How's
everybody doing?
Good. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to be talking about bottled and bond and what that means to us and all that type of good stuff. We'll get to that and more. But for right now, McNew said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, McNew?
Okay, so maybe a weird question, but what do you guys think is scarier and why? Deep space or the deep sea?
I mean, they're both scary in their own way. I would say deep space. It's just unknown and what's out there. I mean, the deep sea, we know what's out there. It's not a lot of bad stuff, but you get lost at the deep sea. There's a chance you could get found. You get lost in deep space, you're gone. So I got to go deep sea. I mean, deep space is more scary to me. So that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, deep sea, you can't be in danger of that unless you're in there, right? Like deep space stuff can happen to you. Just walking down the street, deep space stuff hits you in the head. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Demetri, what do you think?
So the likelihood of me ending up in space is very low.
Okay.
So I feel like deep sea, I recently was watching a video or something where there was like this whole bunch of sharks like feeding or something. And it was just like terrifying. So I was like, no, I'm good. Stay on land, but I'm not going to go into space either.
Okay.
So,
you don't get to travel much though. You went to Kansas City recently and that's neither deep sea nor deep space.
No, it is like nothing. It's
For you though, that was a vacation. You're like, your family was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. we're
my wife was like, it was like one of those few times my wife was like, oh, now I have to take care of the farms. So she's like, thank you for that. Plus the 4 children.
Yes.
Yeah, but that hobby's kind of gotten out of control too. So,
yeah. You got plenty going on for sure. Yeah. Andrea, what do you think? Deep space or deep sea? What's more scary?
I definitely say deep sea, and I agree with Demetri. Like, I'm going to be in the sea far more often than I'm going to be in deep space, and there are so many things in there that can bite me or like sting me. Like when I'm in the sea, like I've got to have shoes on. I've got to have like all kinds of things to keep me from touching weird stuff in the sea. So like, I don't want any part of that. So it's deep sea all the way. Like
deep sea. Okay.
There's nothing I want to touch about that.
Okay. So there you go, McNew. What do you think?
Yeah, so I am deep sea because, I mean, a lot of space is unexplored, but a nice alien just might take you in. It might save you if you get lost out there. In the deep sea, those lanternfish are just going to eat you up. There's
lanternfish? That's what we're scared of all the stuff in there. Lanternfish.
Things I don't like those. Those freak me out. And I don't like
they got antenna
either. But no, I just feel like the deep sea is so unexplored and it's so dark. I'm just going to get eaten down there. I feel like I have a better chance in space if for some reason I find myself there.
Okay. We
the Titanic.
The Titanic. Yeah. We seem to have a lot of people who evaluate these days the small talk sitting around the ABV Barrel Shop tasting bar. Do we feel like we lived up to expectations today, or am I going to get
I feel like people have opinions on this, so they'll probably share what they think.
Yeah. What they want to hear more about VIPness. So how we can make people more VIPs in the store, up their VIPness. So they want more VIPness all the time. All they want to hear about is VIPness. VIPness. Yeah, they love maximum VIPness. So there you go. That's the like. So that I feel like I recovered that one there.
Yeah.
I think that we should probably, if we're starting to get judged on the small talk, we need to start drinking earlier. Now that I know that we're getting judged, why don't we just start up and say, hey, you know what, everybody needs to do a shot?
Yeah, I'm sitting at the bar today, and Dave was like, "Oh, kind of boring today." You know, whatever it played today, I don't even know what it was. Kind of boring today. We'll try to do better, Dave.
Yeah. Now there's some pressure to be like, I got to look up some good small talk topics, not just whatever pops in my head. Thanks, guys.
He likes McNew because you never know what McNew's going to say. So
this is true.
True enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Andrea.
So a friend of mine sent me Cook's Mill from North Carolina. So I am getting into that tonight. Brand new bottle.
Oh, well, Mike Muffle got you there. It was just a very tiny cork pop we heard.
Darn it.
Yeah, how about that evaluation Tim Swyatt did on the flatulence issue? My God.
The time this man puts into these.
I know. That's why I just had to say, boy, you didn't put enough time into it. So, yeah. he probably took about 4 or 5 hours working on that. So it seemed like typing all that stuff out. Everything was formatted, too. It was all,
And roping in his wife to take the photos. And
had to get photos of him intensely looking at flatulence on screen. So, congratulations to him and his wife. Demetri, what do you got there, man?
I'm going to be enjoying a little bit of Bardstown.
Okay.
So this is one of their Fusion series. So
the Fusion series. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, Mike Muffle. I think Andrea's got the lead after 2. This is, I don't know what the hell's happening. All right, Dirk, help us out here, man.
I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going with out of Northern Indiana, Three Floyds Distillery Bubblegum Head, Bottled and Bond. Straight malt whiskey. So.
Three Floyds, huh? Okay. Well, there's our lead. Also pathetic, by the way. So hopefully I could say this. I've got Hardin's Creek here. Let me remove its belt so I can prepare to do the cork pop.
Fancy.
Its belt's off. Okay. All right. Now we can do the cork pop. Here we go.
I thought we weren't talking about VIPness anymore. The bottle.
Steve.
That was good. That's the lead.
That was good.
That was good. A little slosh at the end there, but other than that, it was good. Good. All right, McNew, you're last but not least. I'm at the threshold of winning this thing. What do you got?
So these have beautiful corks, but they're not great after the first time, and this bottle's pretty well loved. It's Hard Truth's Kentucky Sweet Mash.
Okay. No, nothing left in that one. No, I'm sorry to say, McNew, you lost. I win. So there you go. Cheers to me. Cheers. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, it's Bottled and Bond time. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Willie C. Moore, and I'm here with MB Rowan, and you're listening to the Bourbon Kit Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking bottled and bond.
Yes, we are. A little bottled and bond action. What do you guys think when you see bottled and bond? Is this something that still excites you, or are you just like, that's old hat now?
It's annoying.
It's annoying. You would go so far to say annoying.
Yeah. Like, I just think it's super gimmick. Like, it's gotten to the point of like,
okay,
you know, like everybody does it. So
everybody does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My question.
No, go ahead, Dirk.
Mine's the proof. Like, can we get past that 100 proof thing? Everything else I like about it. But
you like about it. So as proofs, people have wanted higher and higher proof. You feel like the Bottle and Bond Act needs to adjust itself. It is over 100 years old. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I could just Google that. I don't know why it stuck at 100 and has been at 100 for 100 and some years. Like, I feel like we can keep everything else the same, but let's bump that thing up maybe.
Okay.
I think it has to do with taxes.
Yeah. And I also think it was a good thing too, because I feel like if they wouldn't have had Bottle and Bond, which there's always been Bottle and Bond whiskeys, since the Act of 1897, they would have crept everything down to where it's 80. And I don't know that we ever come back from that. Everything would have just been 80, and then that would have been it. And it did force what was at that time then a high proof. Now these days where everyone wants 120, 130, there's no limit to what people want. It seems kind of low. That's the 100's like at the bottom of my threshold now. And there's times when there are some 100 proof whiskeys where it's just like drinking water. And definitely when you get to that 80, that's lawnmower drinking whiskey at that point. Yeah.
You've been drinking all night some barrel proofs. You can't go back down to it, so you won't be able to taste anything. So bump it up, government. Let's get up there.
Bump it up, government. All right. Okay. All right, McNew, what do you think when you see Bottle and Bond?
Yeah. So I was going to kind of disagree with Demetri. I think it's exciting when I see craft distillers doing bottled and bond. Because when they first started, it was like, oh, look at you. Like, you don't know how long you're going to be here. Like, you're aging things just to get product out.
It's a milestone. It is a milestone. We can now have bottle and bond.
And I think, I don't care when the big guys do it so much, but I'm very excited to see craft guys do a bottled and bond for the first time.
I do like the fact that it's an even playing field. I mean, we know that now, of course, bottle and bond is a minimum of 4 years. We've seen certainly bottle and bonds that are 19 years old. So we've seen them go much higher than that, but the standard is 4 years, and most of them come in somewhere around there. It is the exception, not the rule, the ones that are those extra age. So I do like the fact that there is some comparison that can be done to craft versus heritage, because we're getting so many craft brands now that can put out a 4-year-old whiskey. So I think that is definitely one of the cool parts of being a bottle and bond for sure. So, yeah. What else? Andrea, what do you think? You read about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I like the historic roots to it. I'm kind of a history nerd about stuff like that, but I just think it's been kind of diluted these days where, I don't know that people really know what's behind it. And like you said, everyone's really aiming for those high proofs right now. And to me, that's what I think of when I need like an easy drinker. It's like, a bottled and bond is going to be one of those easy drinkers. So, I feel like the status that it once had has really kind of been diluted in today's market where there's just so many higher proofs that are out there.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I mean when I say, like, I just get annoyed with it because it's like all the big guys do it as a gimmick and therefore it dilutes it. Like as a craft distiller, it's like, to me, it's like I'm doing it because the big guys, and so that's for me. It's like I would rather do other interesting things.
What do you sell your just the at Schnucks, the general planters? What's the proof of that? Your general
that's 100 proof, 5.5 years.
And how come you don't do that bottle of bond? Because you don't like it, or is it batches of multiple distilling seasons, it's just something you don't want to do? You don't want to do bottle of bond.
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit of both. We so it's a blend of different seasons.
Yeah,
because I think that for me, it's like, what's the point of having like I love single season stuff. We have some of that with our single barrels. All of our single barrels are single season. But for me, it's like an everyday drinker. I enjoy being able to blend different ages and have that flavor profile match that texture that I'm looking for and that consistency. So for me, it's just kind of that, and we've kind of avoided it just because I think it's overdone and gimmicky at this point. Thanks, kind of in part to the big guys. I think it's like kind of like what McNew was saying. For the craft distilleries, like when I see somebody that has a small craft distillery that's bottled and bond and they actually make their own product, I would say that as a consumer, I am inclined to buy that just to try it out because that is a milestone to hit that. So, I think it could kind of go both ways, but.
Right. What about someone who's using you to source their brand? Would you suggest they put the bottled and bond on there? I mean, I can think of an example. I don't want to say, but I can think of an example. If someone uses you, then I think they might be well behooved to put bottled and bond on there. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah. And that would come down to their own branding,
Right. Not that you're controlling that. That's up to them, but yeah.
Yeah, it's something where it's like, now we do have input on stuff. But, I think that it all depends. It all depends on what you're going after. If it represents the product well, that's my thing is don't put something on the bottle just to have that, that gimmicky thing. If it represents the brand well, so if it represents the quality of what the bottle and bond act should stand for, then it's like, do it. But if, you're just putting on there to hopefully sell some more bottles, and I'd say hold off on it and build up a brand profile that matches the quality that's kind of been set forth in the past. So that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah. I view it like if I was sourcing a brand from you and the proof I landed on for, again, I probably would do single barrels and stuff like that I want to do cast strength. But if it's an everyday product that I could get into Schnucks or whatever is local here and the proof that I decide, I would never go below 100 proof on something I put my name on. So if the 100 proof is the number, I think I would try to have bottled and bond because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that does mean something and it tells you things. I mean, first of all, it's at least 4 years old. We don't know everything out there that's 4 years old. And, and the rules seem to be a little loosey-goosey too. So there's sometimes when you're something is like from some of these craft distilleries is like a year and a half old, but it doesn't have age stated. And you're like, well, the rules are they got to put on there. No, not everyone has to follow the rules. That's part of the rules, I think, is not everyone has to follow them. Those are pretty loosey-goosey. So, but I do feel like if it's bottle of bond, I know it's at least 4 years old, at least. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, and there is truth in that. And for like us, we don't go below 100.
Right.
Like, so that's one thing with like anybody that does source it's like, I don't care what your profit margin, like if you're trying to hit a higher profit margin, we won't go below. You'd have to buy our barrels and have somebody else proof it down for you because we won't go below 100.
Yeah. Well, so it's interesting. It is a great tie to history for sure. It is definitely back to a growing category. I mean, you know, I've been in whiskey a long time. Like I said, there's been since 1897, there's been bottled and bond whiskey on the shelf, but I don't know, 10 years ago, it damn near disappeared. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of it out there. And now all of a sudden, because craft is involved in it and the big guys seem to be gravitating more towards it too. It seems like it's definitely coming back right now. So it's interesting to see.
McNew's point, Indiana does, like we've kind of hit that milestone in recent years. You know, I mean, Kentucky has been doing that for as long as they can be doing it. But in Indiana, that was a new thing not long ago. So we're still having distilleries pop up that, hey, this is our first ever bottled and bond, and that's awesome.
I get so excited for those. Like, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And then it's a law thing too. It's like we're always changing laws. Like, what was it last year or the year before? We got the Indiana rye designation. Like Hard Truth Hills worked real hard on that. So I think it's nice to see things change and like just new designations. And it just might be marketing, but I think it's always cool when it's the first time.
Okay. McNew, you got to work Monday and Tuesday?
This coming Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah.
I can probably take Tuesday off, but not Monday.
Okay. You should come with us and do our pick. We're going to be at Bear Wallow on Tuesday. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I can make that work. I'll ask. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Dirk, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
At Indiana Bourbon on Instagram and Indiana Bourbon on Facebook.
Demetri.
You can find me at Demetri Kane on Facebook and Instagram, or at Nobleton's on Facebook and Instagram.
Andrea.
You can find me at Red Tumbleweed on Instagram and Twitter. And I also have a book out. You can find that on Amazon. It's called Bourbon History. You can find it by name, or you can search my name, Andrea Holak, Holak, no C.
Oh, yeah. People like it. It's good. It's good. Somebody told me that was the favorite book that they got here recently because they like the fact that each story is just, you only have to read that chapter and then you can bounce around if you want to. It's each like chapter is like a little mini book in the book. So cool stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, McNew, how about you?
I would like to, I'm on Instagram at McNew, ABV. Guys.
Boy, she just wanted to hurry up and end the show. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. ABV Barrel Shop. We got good stuff going on. So we'd love to see us. St. Louis, a suburb of Arnold, Missouri. Again, if you want to know more, look at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.